It's very easy, but you got to pay attention. All right. So here we go. Let's look at what I want you to do now as far as today for graphing lines. If you will notice, well, not on this one, but if you will notice on this one, maybe not. Maybe it was erased. Yeah, here we go. This is the right one. So I did the odds with the other class. So with you guys, I'm just going to go ahead and do the evens. All right. I really like Notability because it's easy to graph points. It's easy to draw the lines. All right. We spent some time, plotting points. All right. And I really think this is going to be super easy for us. All right. So those of you guys who are a little behind, sit up and make sure you're with me. I have two major concepts, graphing using a table, and we're graphing using the X and Y intercepts. Last year, I believe this is pretty much exactly the same worksheet we did last year, the end of the year. All right, now the only thing is I added on some X intercepts. All right, so I want to talk about that. Now, who remembers from last year what numbers I'm going to plug in? Coleman, what was it? No, was? Yay, very good. Good job remembering that. All right, so under X, we put -1, 0, and 1. All right, now some people in my last class didn't quite understand, how am I getting the Y value? Well, what am I letting X? And I want everybody to understand X is called the independent and Y is called the dependent. Y depends on whatever X is. That's why they say that. All right, so all we're doing is we're taking this -1 and we're plugging it in for X. If I plug -1 in for X, what's the Y value? What is it? Good job, -3. Any issues with that? Now we're going to plug in 0. What happens when I plug in 0? I get 0. Now when I plug in 1, I get what? 3. Good job. Does anybody have any issues with that? And now what do I do with those points? Plot them. That's what we're doing. We're plotting those points. So I need everybody to plot -1, -3, 0, 0, and 1, 3. Now for me, it's easier to start at the middle point and graph a line and then go in the other direction. Now, I think personally that's pretty easy. Anybody have any questions with that? You understand that? Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions? All right. So here we go. Number 4. All right. Now, there was a special case for fractions. What did we do last year when there was a fraction? Who remembers? What do I plug in? Good for you, Jack. Remember? No, it's not the reciprocal. It's not the reciprocal. Because so what numbers am I plugging in? No, tell him. Yay, very good. It's whatever the denominator is. Now, the reason why we say it's whatever the denominator is because when we divide it out, then there won't be any fractions. All right? So this time, we're going to plug in -2, 0, and 2. Now, again, when I plug in -2, for some of you guys, you're still struggling with fractions. Don't struggle with fractions. What's -3 times -2? Negative times a negative is a what? So that'd be 6. 6 divided by 2. 3. Does everybody see that? So the answer would be -2, 3. Yes, ma'am. Well, it's the same thing up here. Where did I get the -1 from? I told you to plug -1, 0, 1 in. That's how you do it. You with me? I'm telling you, these are the numbers you generally plug in to graph a line. Always. Unless there's a what? Unless there's a fraction. If there's a fraction, you plug in whatever the denominator is. Now, the reason why we do that is because now the fraction goes away. All right, if you do this, for example, negative 3 halves times negative 2, what does that equal? You understand what I'm saying, right? The 2's now do what to each other? The 2's cancel out. So you're left with 3. Right? Yes, because negative times a negative is a positive. So now if you plug 0 in, we still get what? 0. And now when you plug 2 in, you get what?
Negative 3.
Negative 3 or positive 3? Negative 3 because of that negative, right? So that's a negative 3. Now, once again, I'm trying to convince you guys it doesn't do any good for you to just do what? Just write those numbers in if you don't have any idea how I got those numbers. And that's what I'm trying to convince some of you guys. It's being lazy just writing down the answers. That's not helping you. Does everybody understand how I ended up getting the 3, 0, and the negative 3? That's important. If you don't know that, we can't go any further. Is everybody okay with that? Now, after you get those points, we just do what? Plot them. All right? So let's graph negative 2, 3. And every time you plot these 3 points, they should line up in a line. If they don't, you made a mistake. Now plot 0, 0, and then 2, negative 3. And what do you know? They line up in a line. All right? So then just draw the line. Anybody have any issues? Everybody okay with that? All right, let's move on. A little bit harder. Okay, now what numbers am I plugging in? Yeah, negative 1, 0, 1, because there's no fraction. Negative 1, 0, 1. If I plug in negative 1, come on. Everybody, mental math, plug in negative 1. The answer is what? Say it. Somebody else. Why are we saying 5? 0, 7, 8. What is it? 7. I don't know what you guys are doing. If I plug negative 1 in for x, who's having trouble with negative 3 times negative 1? What's negative 3 times negative 1? 3. 3 plus 4 is what? I'm not understanding your problem. What? Wow, very good. You got to do the whole problem. Very good. Very nice. Thank you for adding that to the discussion. You have to do the whole problem. You understand how I got 7? Yes or no?
Yeah, but I just thought that we had to do like negative 3 times.
Okay, now we're going to do negative 3 times what? Which is going to throw some of you off. That's why you get out your calculator. Negative 3 times 0.
0.
Wow, thank you. Now the problem, 0 plus 4.
4.
Brilliant. All right, 0, 4. Now I'm going to plug in what? 1. So what do I get for that?
1.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
1. It's
What is
1.
the problem, guys?
It's 1.
Negative 3 times 1 plus 4, and some of you guys are not giving me the right answer. What's the matter? Come on, it's funny the first time. Not so funny the second and third time. Negative 3 times 1 plus 4 is 1. 1. Plot the points. What do I get when I plot the points? Negative 1, 7, 0, 4, 1, 1. Again, if you've done it correctly, the 3 points will line up to form the line. Anybody have any issues with that? Yes, sir. Very good. To the right 1 and up 1. Thank you for correcting me. No, 0, up 4. That's a good review question right there. 0, you didn't go left or right, go straight up 4. Okay? All right, here we go. Let's check out number 8. All right, please. I want all 3 answers correct. All 3 answers. I'm going to give you 15 seconds. Layton, what numbers am I plugging in, first of all?
-1, 0, 9.
Good. -1, 0, 1. All right, Layton, if I plug in -1, what do I get?
-6.
Then what?
Oh wait, I'm on number 7. So -5.
How did you get that? Go ahead and tell me.
Oh wait, 5.
It doesn't matter what you get. I'm saying, how did you get it?
Well, like 6 times -1
Is what? And then?
-1. So that's
Wow, thank you. -7. -7. When you plug -1 in, right? -1 times 6, -6. -1, -7. All right, Layton, let's try the next one since the first one was such a success.
6 times 0 is 0. 0 -1 is 1.
Wow, okay. Better. Next.
6 times 7 is 6.
Wow. Feels good. All right. Everybody okay with that, Justice? Thank you. All right. Plotting the points. Let's see if we can do a good job plotting the points. -1, -7. 0, -1. 1, 5. Now let's draw the line. Man, that's good. All right. Anybody have any questions with that? All right. Now, again, please take your time, review. All right. Your job tonight is to do those odds. Now I have some important notes for you. All right. Very important. Now it's something different. I didn't show you this last year. What?
Can you go back to 8
Are you having trouble with 6 times 0?
No, I get like how you did it, but like how you plot it. I don't think it would be like
I'm sorry. You plot the x first. What is the x coordinate? 0. Then you go down 1. True. That's a common mistake. No, listen, that's a common mistake. You always go left and right first, then you go up and down. Yeah, we know that. Thank you for the information. All right. Anybody else? All right, here we go. Now I got good information for you guys. So here's what I need you to do. Please pay attention to this right here. All right. Now the new directions for us are you're going to graph using the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Graph using the x-intercept and the y-intercept. And the x-intercept is just a fancy word for saying graph where the line crosses the x-axis. The y-intercept probably means what then? Where the line crosses the y-axis. Exactly. Where the line crosses the y-axis. That's how you're doing this. All right? That's the definition. All right, that's what you have to know. Now, the hard part is figuring out how to find the x-intercept and how to find the y-intercept. So what I want to do right now is I'm going to show you something. All right, I'm going to draw a couple lines, and all I need you to do is not do this. Just put your head up, and I'm going to draw a line, and I want you to tell me where the x-intercept and where the y-intercept is. All right, some of your heads are still not up, so you're not learning anything. Look up. I'm going to draw a line, and you should be able to tell me, Thomas, where the x-intercept and where the y-intercept is. Joseph, you ready? Your eyes aren't up, guys. That's what I'm saying. I need your attention. I'm showing you something. Come on, you too. Look up. Come on, look up. Carter, stop messing around. Look up. All right, here is a line right here. I want to know where the x-intercept is and where the y-intercept is. So everybody should be able to say that is called the what? X-intercept. This right here is called the what? This x-intercept is noted as -6, 0, and the y-intercept is noted as 0, 1. Beautiful. All right, now I'm going to draw another line, and I'm going to have this here, and I'm going to have this here. And this, now, I need you to listen. This right here is called the what? X-intercept, and this is called the what? That point, the y-intercept is 0, -5, and the x-intercept is, we'll call 3, 0. Is everybody with me on that? Now I want everybody to look at the x-intercepts. This right here is an x-intercept, and this is an x-intercept. What is true about the x-intercepts? Tell me, Justice. The y value is 0. Beautiful. So right next to your note now, if it says y-intercept, or when it says x-intercept, you're going to say when the y is equal to 0. If you want to find the x-intercept, the y value is 0. If you want to find the y-intercept, what is true, Justice? The x equals 0. Now, when I was first learning this, it seemed to me as though the x-intercept, the x would be 0, and the y-intercept, the y would be 0. But if you just look at the common sense here, if you're ever unsure, just draw a line. This is the y-intercept. What's true? The x value is 0. This is the x-intercept. What's true? The y is 0. Is everybody with me? So up here, again, let me say it one more time. Every y-intercept, the x is 0. Every x-intercept, the what? The y is 0. That's what you need to know. That's mandatory. All right? Absolute mandatory. So now, I'm going to go to question number 10. All right? Here we go. I want everybody to look now at number 10. Now we're going to graph this. All right? So, to find the x-intercept, what's true? How do I find the x-intercept? No, absolutely not. To find the x-intercept, the y is 0. So I put a 0 here. To find the y-intercept, what is true, Ian? What is 0? That's exactly right. So every time you want to find the x and y intercepts, all you do is put 0 in for y, and then you put 0 in for x. So now look up. I'm now going to put 0 in for y. If I put 0 in for y, what's the x? Come on. 4. Come on, think before you speak. 4. Now I'm going to put what? Say it. I'm going to put 0 in for x. If I put 0 in for x, what's the y? 4 still. Kind of a coincidence. Not always going to work out that way. So that's a 4. Now what you do is you plot those points. You plot 4, 0. Here we go. 4, 0. And then you plot 0, 4. And now we do what? Now you draw the line. That's it, guys. That's how easy. Nope. Nope. That's how you do it. You need the x-intercept and you need the y-intercept. To find the x-intercept again, what is true? Y is 0. If I ask you about the x-intercept, you tell me the y is 0. So now I'm going to move on to question number 12. I want to find the x-intercept, so what's true? Let's put a 0 in for y. And then I plug a 0 in for what? All right, now this is where you show me your talent with your mental math. If I let y equal 0, everybody, come on, nice and loud and proud. The x is going to be what? 4. Now, if you don't know, now's the time to speak up. Joseph, you good on this? All right, so I'm putting 0 in for y. Watch me, Joseph. I'm plugging 0 in for this y. Are you having trouble with 4 times 0? What's 4 times 0? So now I have the equation 3x equals 12. So now what's x? Solve that equation. Say it. 4. Good job. Good job. I'm not letting you off the hook. All right. Now what do I do? What's the next step? Plug what in? Plug in for, yes, sir. Plug 0 in for x. Thank you. Now what's 3 times 0? 0. So now you're solving the equation negative 4y equals 12. So what's that answer? What type of 3? Come on now, details. That's what we're talking about. Your test, full of mistakes. Get the details. All right, negative 3. Anybody having issues with 0, negative 3? Anybody have any issues with 0, negative 3? You good? All right, now we plot those points. 4, 0. 0, negative 3. Now we draw the line. That's what I want out of you guys, just like that. What? Are you good?
Yes.
All right, Miss Pliego, you're telling me how to do number 14. Hold up a minute. Anybody have any questions? Hubble, I told you to get involved. You haven't said anything to me all day today. Are you okay? Thomas, what about you? I didn't hear you, remember? I'm getting old, I'm getting deaf. What is it? You're good. I didn't sound too confident, but I'm going to go with it. All right, Miss Pliego, how are you doing, by the way? All right, you're up. Number 14. All right, kiddo, tell me what to do, please. 0 for what? And then? Now, does it matter what order, really?
No.
Makes no difference to me. All right, so if I plug 0 in for y, what do I get? Wow, how's that feel? Next one, let's even get 2 for 2. What type of 3? Y? You see what I'm saying, right? So it's negative 5y equals 15. Beautiful. So you said what? I forgot. Negative 3. That's easy. That is easy. That's the routine. Good for you, madam.
How do you know it's going to sign it? Like this side of the thing?
Well, it's always the same. Look at all my problems. I'm going to show you the next one. What I did with my other class. 0 for y, 0 for x. It's always the same. And then you always plug 0 in.
I thought there was one where you put X in it.
Yeah, we did. This one, x is 0.
Oh.
Right? You sure? All right, you're going to do the next one. See how right you are. All right, so here we go. Plot 5, 0. Plot 0, negative 3. And draw the line. I think that was number 14. Right? And Miss Yulesman is helping me with 16. Let's give it a shot. All right, so what do I do first?
Put a 0.
For where?
Wow.
Wow. Something correct. Now what?
Then you plug in 0.
And what do I get?
X.
Tell me.
X
So here's what you just said. Here's what you said. You said x plus nothing. Instead of calling it nothing, let's call it what?
0.
Yes, x plus 0 equals negative 8. Are we struggling with this? So what is x? There you go, kiddo. Easy. Easy. All right, now what's the next step? Plug in 0 for x. Uh-oh. So what does y equal? Well, no, look right here. Look, here's what you're doing, kiddo. Watch. This zeros don't help her. It's not helping. You plug 0 in for x. So what equation do you have? So 8y equals negative 8. So what does y equal? There you go. That's really and truly, that's it. That's all there is to it. That's it. Plugging 0 in for x, 0 in for y. And again, I prefer those of you guys who don't know how to do it or struggle a little bit, raise your hand so I can double check you. Remember, I can't come around and pat everybody on the back and say, good job. All right, you got to tell me if you're not sure about something. You got all this? All right, so now let's graph this. Negative 8, 0, 0, negative 1. Now we just draw that line in there. All right, you haven't said much. You know how to do this now? Yeah, some of you are learning you didn't know how to plot points. I see that. Right? Wow. Justice, you all good back there? All right. Anybody else? All right, let's check out 18. All right, Thomas. I know, Thomas. Come on. Come on. What do I do? Just start me. I'll guide you. Let's go. Tell me what to do. Loud and proud. Come on, Thomas. All right, that's what I'm saying. Speak up and look up, Thomas. No acting like that. Get your hand off your face and talk to me. All right, you're a big kid now. All right, so tell me, plug 0 in for y. Put a 0 for y, Thomas. Now, what happens if I plug a 0 in for y? What do I get? Yes, that's right. 0 goes in for y. What do I get? So read this right here, Thomas. 3 what? 3x. Keep going. Equals what? Yes, because why, Thomas? Come on. Because the y value is what? The y value is 0. Thank you. All right, now, how do I solve this, Thomas? Yes. Yes. Brilliant. Come on, Thomas. That is not too hard. That is not too hard. All right, now you're going to have to tell me the other one. Now what do I let be 0? Hands off the face. I can't hear you. I'm asking you, what do I do? I don't want an answer yet. So far, you told me to put 0 in for y. I now have to put 0 in for what? 0 in for? No. 0 can't be replaced with 2 because they're not. Thank you. 0 in for x. So now you put on your notes there, Thomas, 0 in for x. Now, here's a little bit tricky. If I plug 0 in for x here, Thomas, what am I left with? Loud and proud. Hands off. I can't hear you. No, yeah, well, no. I want you to tell me, what's the equation? You have to tell me. This is 0. So what's left? This part is left, Thomas. This part is left. What does that say? Negative y equals 6. So if negative y equals 6, what does y equal? There you go. No, it's all, thank you, negative 6. All right, that was a little tricky. Tell me.
That like a letter can't be negative.
Well, it's not that the letter is negative. This literally means negative 1 times y equals 6. You with me on that? So I divide both sides by -1. Thomas, is that better? Okay, now I want you to get on 20 right now, Thomas, and try to get 20 done before you're up. All right? You're on number 20. Here we go. We'll see how Noah's doing. Uh-oh, I forgot to graph it. Sorry, Thomas. Maybe that's what you're waiting on. 2, 0, 0, -6. Drawing the line. Drawing the line. All right, everybody listen to Noah.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get there. All right, what do I do first?
So
Y is 0. Come on, Thomas, are you with me on that?
So x equals 10.
How is that?
Oh wait. Oh, I'm on 19.
Oh, whoopsie. Kind of like Layton back there. Be nice if we were on the right problem, right, Layton?
Yeah. So then it would be -6x equals 30.
Good. Hold up. Don't go anywhere. Shh. So x equals.
X equals -5.
Beautiful. Then plug in 0 for x.
And it would be 6.
Beautiful. All right. Now plot those points real quick. And that's it. Tonight, do the odds, guys. So -5, 0, 0, 6. Graph the line. And I'm going to post the answers, guys. I expect you to double check the answers. Everybody hearing me? Double check. Double check. Good job. You understand it, right? You okay with that? Thomas? Come on. Good job. You got it, right? Good job, guys. Have a great day.